Some of the most thrilling stories out there aren't in big budget movies or those crime novels everyone's reading. Nope, they're hidden in plain sight, in places you'd probably never think to look, like a quiet classic poem. So today we're going to dive into one of those and uncover a murder mystery that's been waiting for us for over a century.
All right, so here it is. We're looking at a poem by A.E. Housman. And on the surface, it seems like a pretty simple, maybe a little sad farewell. It starts like this: farewell to barn and stack and tree. Farewell to Severn shore. Terence, look your last at me, for I come home no more. It feels final, for sure, but pretty straightforward. This guy is leaving, saying a final goodbye to his friend Terence. But that last line, for I come home no more. Why?
And right there, that's the big question, isn't it? Is he just skipping town for a new job, or is there a much, much darker reason he can never set foot in this place again? This one question is basically the key that unlocks the whole mystery of the poem.
Okay, so let's start with this sudden farewell. At first glance, it feels like a sad but simple goodbye to the country life he knows. You can almost picture it, right? The barn, the stacks of hay, the trees, the Severn shore. It's classic, rustic stuff.
But let's look at those words again. Really listen to them. He doesn't say, hey, I'll be gone for a while. He says, look your last at me. That line, for I come home no more, it doesn't feel like a choice. It sounds more like a sentence, a hard fact. Something has happened that has made it absolutely impossible for him to ever come back. So now let's move on, because this is where the clues really start to surface. We've got this peaceful scene that Housman has painted for us, but it's about to get real dark, real fast.
Okay, that first line is beautiful, isn't it? The sun burns on the half-mown hill. You can just feel the late afternoon heat, smell the hay. It's a perfect pastoral image. And then, bam! The very next line just shatters that piece completely. By now, the blood is dried. The switch is so sudden, so jarring. Blood? What is blood doing in this quiet field?
And here it is. The poem takes its shocking turn, and there's no room for guessing. Maurice amongst the hay lies still, and my knife is in his side. In just 2 lines, this sad goodbye has turned into a full-blown crime scene, and our narrator just went from being a nostalgic farmhand to a killer on the run.
So of course, this immediately brings up the questions we're all thinking right now. Whose blood? Well, pretty clearly it's Maurice's. But what happened? Was it a fight that went too far, an accident, or was this cold-blooded murder? The poem doesn't give us a motive, just the brutal, chilling facts. Now we get to the confession. If there was any tiny bit of doubt left in your mind, any hope that this was all just some kind of misunderstanding, well, the next few lines are going to erase all of that.
I mean, can you even imagine this? He's saying goodbye to his friend Terence, and he offers a bloody hand to shake. The horror of that image is just so incredibly stark. It's not just a confession. He's making his friend an accomplice to the secret. He's saying, our life together, working in the fields, it's over because of this.
And that's really the point of no return in the story, isn't it? That subtle hint of dried blood has now become this explicit, horrifying admission. There's no more reading between the lines. It's all laid bare. Our speaker isn't just leaving home. He is fleeing justice. But the story doesn't just end with the killer's escape. Let's move on and look at the real human cost here. Because this one act of violence, it sends ripples out, and it's about to destroy an entire family. This is where the tragedy really hits home. Oh man, this stanza is just heartbreaking. You picture their mother back at the house, just thinking her boys are working late. She has no idea that in the span of a single afternoon, her entire world has been shattered. One of her sons is dead in a field, and the other is a murderer who she will never see again. And Housman just lays out the devastation in the plainest way possible. In the morning, she had 2 sons. By that same night, she'll be alone. The contrast couldn't be more absolute. It's an incredible use of simple language to show a world of pain and unbelievable loss. And that brings us to the final section and the final image of the poem. We get to see the aftermath, not with a lot of drama, but in the quiet, haunting details of a home that is now basically frozen in time by this tragedy. The future they all had is just gone. The work in the fields, the half-mown hill, will just sit there unfinished. And at home, everything is just stuck in this state of permanent waiting. The plate that was set for a son who's never coming home, well, it's just going to stay empty. And this is the final, chilling image the poem leaves us with.
It's so ordinary, so mundane, and that's what makes it so powerful. That cold dinner is a symbol of a life cut short, a family destroyed, a future that was violently erased. It's a hauntingly quiet end to a story of such brutal violence.
So when you take a step back, what's the big takeaway here? It's that in just 24 lines, that's it, Houseman gives us a complete, self-contained thriller. It has characters, a setting, rising action, a shocking climax, and a tragic ending. It's just a masterclass in storytelling, a whole micro-thriller packed into one short little poem.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? It really makes you wonder, if a murder mystery this detailed and this dark can be hiding in a classic poem, what other incredible stories, what other shocking secrets are just waiting out there for us to find them, hidden in plain sight?